Hello, everybody. It's James, and I have another show for you here. I'm kind of changing the name. I was calling it the CEO Jimbo Show for a long time. If you've been watching, I'm starting to call it the Self-Employed Singer-Songwriter Show, since that more reflects what I'm trying to do right now, sort of professionally. I'm playing music on the street and just practicing guitar a lot and maybe trying to kind of get some professional gigs wherever street performing leads to, maybe nightclubs or something like that, or uh, some weddings and like picnics or something like that as I get better. Anyway, this is another one on Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, which is a missing aircraft that disappeared about 10 years ago. It's a Boeing 777 that was flying from Malaysia to China. And there's a little bit of controversy as to whether it's missing or not. So some people kind of say that it's found. And I've spent a lot of time this week working on um, this again. I do this every 2 weeks, and this episode is on section 4 of my book, which is on um, communication and timing is sort of the section. And then the chapters, there's 4 chapters, people, places, things, and other. And I've spent the entire 2 weeks on people and so on. Back to the missing plane. I have a map right in front of me that I have drawn myself, and these little pink dots are loose, that I just punched with my hole puncher a few minutes ago, and just laid them down. This, to kind of orient you, is the Indian Ocean right here. This is Africa right down here, the southern tip of Africa. And this is Madagascar, which is an island. And this is the southern tip of India right here in Ceylon. I think it is Colombo. This is like Vietnam right here. This is Thailand, which turns into Malaysia. This flight took off from Malaysia, from Kuala Lumpur. And this is hot in the news because it's just hitting the 10-year anniversary, and there were lots and lots of 5-minute videos on the subject this week. I've been watching those. They all seem about the same and don't really say anything new as far as I can tell. But anyway, so this is where the plane took off from. These dots represent sort of what I have kind of read, that there's certain people that kind of believe that the plane might be at one of the spots. So the plane may be here, it 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 might be here, it may be here, it may be here, 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 that type of thing. And so, I mean, the people that are saying that it's found maybe have sort of something to go on, because there were parts of the aircraft that were kind of around this whole basin. There's parts that have been found, like right about where this red dot is, along Madagascar, the southern tip of Australia. Some people say that there's at least like one piece that was found in the Maldives. There's talk of at least one part that may be from the plane that was found in this area. And there was, I think that there's at least one piece that was found sort of on the western coast of Australia, right in about this area here, north of Perth, and so on. So, it's, with all that's known about drift patterns and the way the ocean currents move and things like that, it's so unlikely that it would have been, that this is the same area here, Africa tip, Madagascar, India, Australia, and it's just very unlikely that it crashed out near Hawaii here, because, then those parts would be like scattered around here. I'd have like pink dots here and here and here and here and here, or if it, took off and it came out over here into the Southern Pacific or something like that. Same thing, you'd have pink dots like around here. So I guess people are saying that because, there's so much wreckage that has been sort of like located in this area, it must be in the Indian Ocean somewhere. So, it has to be. So I guess they have legitimate claim to say that it has been found. But what doesn't seem to have been found is like the black boxes. Neither one of those have been found. That they haven't really found like the fuselage of the aircraft, or the wings. So anyway, we moving right along here. This is probably about the halfway point here. So just howdy there. 6 minutes. Yeah, maybe it's not quite halfway. Here's my show again. Yeah, this is kind of the structure of tonight's episode here. There's kind of four. I have to turn my computer back on here, but there's basically 4 excerpts that I was going to show you, they are kind of like, in the last 2 weeks that I've worked on it, these 4 things are sort of the ones that just really seem to be sort of like the most interesting, and so on. I'll get to that. I have to turn this back on. I was trying to like swipe. Oh, good. It came right up to where it was. So this is this Chris McLaughlin himself. Yeah. Here we are right here. This is, it's late. It's like 11:30 p.m. and I just kind of decided to just go for it, rather than to spend hours to try to like come up with a perfect, organization of this. So over time, maybe these will get less haphazard in the organization, or whatever. That's probably not a good word. Just less messy. Let's see. Cannot give the final few feet. That strikes me as an overstatement, like a gross overstatement. This is where it is. Here's the excerpt, and it's from the Guardian. This Chris McLaughlin, Senior Vice President for External Affairs at Inmarsat, told Sky News, unfortunately, get that off there. Unfortunately, this is a 1990s satellite over the Indian Ocean and is not GPS equipped. All we believe we can do is to say that we believe it is in the general location, but we cannot give you the final few feet and inches where it landed. The key thing here is we believe we can do the general location is sort of the key thing. Back to my thing here. To me, this is the general location, because of what people have said and what witnesses have sort of reported from where parts have been found. So it's like, within a few feet or inches, just seems to be like a gross, overstatement, where it's like, it's somewhere in this area within a few inches. So that's one. That was the Guardian, and it's a long one here. Charles Arthur was the author, March 25, 2014. So this was just after the plane disappeared. It disappeared in March 10th, 2014, and this is March 25. So this article was written just after this plane just days after the plane went missing. MH370, how Inmarsat homed in on missing Malaysia Airlines flight, UK satellite firm, and whatever this is, cited for groundbreaking mass to narrow the flight corridor of missing passenger jet to help solve the riddle. I pulled this off the internet, 15 August 2023, from the Guardian site here. They were writing this just after the plane went missing. There's kind of a nuance in there about, that they're basically saying because of their fancy math, they'll be finding this plane like in a couple of days. And now it's been 10 years, and they don't seem to be any closer to finding it. So there's that, and we're at 11, so I probably won't be able to go as long in detail on the other one. This is the next one that comes up. This retired satellite company CEO Mike Exner. What is more, it duped real experts such as Mike Exner, a retired satellite company CEO and pilot, into appearing on the basis that the series would focus on facts. Before agreeing to be interviewed for the series, I asked for and received assurance from RAW producers that this was going to be a first. This is on a slightly different subject. This is on sort of inclusion and exclusion, or maybe the word esoteric, where there's scientists that kind of like, it's almost like King of the Hill, where there's these scientists that don't think other people should get involved in this, or they don't belong in it, and so on. And so there's kind of like these two main groups. There's the ones that think that they're legitimate scientists, and there's ones that, and they, these legitimate scientists group think that other people are sort of like not really qualified to be saying anything. There was this video on Netflix, the 3-series video, and it's about them excluding people. Or I guess there was a deal made by this person that he was under the understanding that it was just scientific people that were going to be on the video, and then he was shocked that they had sort of these other people that he thought were sort of not qualified to be talking about it. They're sort of like extremists with their what do you call it, outlandish ideas, and so on. So here, the punch of this is, as for the story about what happened to the plane, they assured me that this would stick to the facts, the science, and not dwell on the debunked conspiracies promoted by people like Jeff Wise, who's kind of wrote a bestseller book on the subject, and people think that it's just sort of cockamamie to get people to read his book kind of thing, where he thinks that the plane landed up in Afghanistan or something like that. This Florence DeChangi, who thinks that the U.S. government shot it down, and stuff like that. As soon as I saw the trailer, I was concerned. I thought that what the conspiracy bookseller Jeff Wise is doing, his fact and science based to when appearing in the series, Next of Kin, that is, told me that after seeing this, they wouldn't even watch the series. I saw this, I was watching a video within the last 2 or 3 days, and there was a commenter on the video that said something like he'd watched half of the video and he couldn't watch any more because he didn't like it or something like that. And it seems so closed-minded. It seems like, it seems like, why do that to yourself? You miss out what's on the second half of the video. In this case, that they're saying they're not going to watch the other series of the videos because these other people are in it and so on, and so they're not open to new ideas and so forth. It's that, kid thing of, putting both hands over your ears and going, bah, 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 because you don't want to hear somebody, your teacher say something. So you're not learning. Enough on that. Got to really move on. The other ones here are kind of in section, to remind me, section 4. So I have to go to section 4 real fast here. Let's scroll through here. Yeah, almost there. Kind of going backwards a little bit. This was section 4, part 3, SP4. Section 4, part 3, SP4. I'm almost there. SP3. This is one of them. SP. Oops. Oh no. Hopefully it comes right back to that. Oh, it didn't. Oh no. Well, let's see. We're at 16 minutes here. Section 4, introduction. I think I can find this. There's still enough time. Then we'll kind of breeze through these quick once I get to it. Okay, section 4. Section 4, part 3. Here's part 3, so I'll change it to this here. And SP3. So this is air safety from Brussels. See if I can remember what this one is. What are they doing in this video? We just did that one. Goons or whatever. I thought we just did that one. That's SP4. This one, previously dismissed. Oh, this is kind of we're at 17 minutes. This is kind of a change here. This is something sort of a new development, where I've been saying from my reading that the authorities have so many times rejected things as nonsense. They're very quick to do that. They've, a part will be discovered somewhere, like here, specifically like in the Maldives, like 2 weeks after it went missing, this part showed up on the Maldives, and the authorities were really quick to say, oh no, that can't be it. This is the first sign that there's sort of like some admission that might be not, that they're backing off on their quick statements like that. The expert called this aspect of the calculations a smoking gun and claims that Australia Transport Safety Bureau even admitted themselves that the radar and satellite evidence could not be used in conjunction. Oh, this is a different one. Hold that thought, because that's the next one coming up. On this one, I've talked about this one on a past video. That no, this is kind of a different one, where the plane basically took off and was in radar contact up here, and then it somehow changed to they're basically saying that then they kind of tracked it on Inmarsat down to this area, down to where these things are. And this article is basically saying that they're sort of like now saying that there wasn't a smooth transition from the radar to the Inmarsat, that it just doesn't make sense somehow that, that it could have gone from, here to there. Let's see what they had to say about that. The experts called this aspect of the calculations a smoking gun and claimed the Australian Transport Safety Bureau even admitted themselves that the radar and satellite evidence could not be used in conjunction. if you look at that further, it's sort of, which I don't have here immediately, is that it basically is sort of like more darning of Inmarsat, where where the airplane, they couldn't have followed it on Inmarsat down here like they said they did, because that there's not this smooth transition from the radar to the Inmarsat or something like that. So stay tuned on that in the future. There's a whole section of the book on on navigation, which includes Inmarsat, which is section 3. That'll come up in several before long. And then finally we have this one, Mike Keene. Is this the one of EasyJet? Yeah, okay. And we're at 20, so we really have to sum up. Back to that thought about whatever it was. It's down here. Authorities in Malaysia had previously dismissed reports of the phone detection, which were first made in April of 2014. Authorities had previously dismissed the report, which were first made in the confidential police. Okay, they previously dismissed the reports. They rejected it as nonsense. But now they're not rejecting it as nonsense. But the catch is they're not actually saying this up front. They're basically saying that somebody has like picked up on a leak that sort of like behind the scenes, they sort of like admit that that it's not nonsense, but that they haven't like disclosed that publicly. Somehow it's a confidential report, police report, which detailed the phone had been leaked online and backed up with the view the authorities knew the phone had been detected. So anyway, that's kind of a change. Maybe the first evidence that that the authorities may know more than they're saying that they do. This is John Rogers, March 23, 19, plane riddle, MH370 co-pilot tried to use a mobile phone in the air moments before aircraft mysteriously vanished as mystery deepens. And I found this on March 5th, 2024 from the Sun, co.uk. I forgot to give you that other one here, that one on the authorities in Malaysia. That was that one. Air safety in Brussels. We were talking about this one here, the smoking gun one. That's that was express.com, whatever that is, express.co.uk. That was March 24. And I'll give you the I lost it on that. I have to leave it at that because it's 23 and it takes forever to upload these if they're any longer. So thank you for watching. Have a good one. Try to be more organized in the future. Hope that hope you like this. Please thumbs up and subscribe and so on. Have a nice day. Next time we'll be on section 1, which is witnesses. So on. Bye.